Hello, evening. Cold Monday, Sean. Cold Monday.
Yeah, super cold, man.
Shame, you sound like you're asleep. Cameron Engelbrecht, good evening, good sir. And everybody else, ooh, it's a fun Monday. God, I'm freezing. My mouth off. Should I leave it on or put it off? Leave it on, put it off.
I like it. It's like a nice little...
Okay, just a light little... I'm just going to find something that's a little bit more relaxed because it gets a bit heavy. Anyway, how are everybody doing? Reese. Hello, Reese. Hello, George.
Our robot 104.
Lindy Double D.
Petra.
Peter Myberg. I love that name. And Mark. Peter and Mark Myberg. Oh, God, not Matthew. Fuck's sake. 144. Arbot. Mark Myberg and Peter Myberg. Are you guys Petra Myberg? Sorry, Pietra. I had a good friend. Our drummer from the Hogs was Davey Myberg. He's a bit of a crackhead, but he was cool. He was a nice crackhead. It was my crackhead. Yes, it is freezing. Reese, freaking freezing. And the weekend is the cold front hitting us. Oh Lord. So wait, guess what I did on the weekend, Sean?
Tell me.
I can't concentrate with the music. It needs to be like, I need to find something more like...
Are you like those people but you can drive and listen to music. So how is it that you can't do this and doing music?
What do you mean? Like, yes, I can drive. No, this is just different. I'm talking, and at the same time, my brain is listening to words. So it's like...
You can't multitask. That's sad.
I can multitask. Yeah? No, Matthew, that doesn't count as the first one. Bastard. You started stuff. Here we go. How is that... You called it before it happened. Horseshit, Matthew. You take that back. You take that back right now.
He's clairvoyant.
I can't even discover the channel now. What? Only now, Cameron. What the hell, Cameron? You should self-lash yourself, but not anything hectic. I don't want to promote self-harm. Just do this. Take something. Here we go. Take a cable tie and then just whip yourself. Bad, Cameron. Not like the dude in that movie.
My nuts are trying to hide from the cold.
All I have right now are nuts.
Yeah.
That's how cold it is. Prairie dog and y'all. Just a little, like, what? Where'd it go? I'm kidding.
Demonetized, Matthew.
And demonetized. No, we're not doing OnlyFans. Yes. Oh my God. Idiom was absolutely amazing. Italian wine. Fuck, had pizza. Did like what did I do? I did a meat sort of like what did I have? Ostrich gazpacho with some like Shiraz, I think it was. Then I had like a little thing with a mushroom vibe, and then I had this little beef roly thing. God, it was absolutely amazing. And the wife did the pasta pairing. It was absolutely kiff. Fucking loved it. It was really like. And it's beautiful. And the coolest part was like it was raining on Sunday. We went Sunday morning, sat there, this beautiful building, and all of a sudden the mist came out of nowhere and just went completely, couldn't see shit. And then it just went away. And it was just stunning, just this absolute greenery. So kiff. I've seen you like a million times on... yes, I went back when Joe used to do live stuff and he wasn't deep in making documentaries. That's when he used to do things. Yes, it was fun. No, it was absolutely... It was... that dude, that Lindy, that building is super cool. And like the wine sommelier, how do you say that? No, Matthew, it's not saying the word sommelier properly. It does not count as a Biden moment. Right? Not a people can say sommelier.
I'll allow it. You sound like a retard.
Is he creating pamphlets for you? Ooh, what kind of pamphlets?
Yeah, I was reading that now, yeah.
Hello, Whistler. Hello, Whistler. Hello, fat people. What? Hey, you take that back. I'm big boned in the stomach where there aren't any bones. Lord, what links are you sharing, Matthew? You're abusing your power.
I'm going to click on it.
Should I click on it?
Let's see what happens.
Oh, God, I want to click on it.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, it's cool. No, it's Joe's documentary. You must just put in the title there, Joe's documentary. Come on, Matthew. Come on. People got to go like, what's he doing?
Whistler. Reese, Reese put me to work. Also, she beats me over the head sometimes.
There's a phone number you can call for that. Just saying,
Yeah.
listen, we don't support abuse here on the channel. Reese, you take that back.
Reese, beat him, Reese. Get him in
Stop
line.
Stop it. But we just got monetized. Stop it, Darth Ron.
I can't help
be
it.
appropriating.
I can't help it.
Can't be advertising violence. That's a nice way. We can start calling fat people larger than life people. I think that's fine. I'm sort of semi. I wouldn't say I'm fat. I'm saying little chubs. So as
clip of South Park when Cartman gets the mobility scooter, but he comes to Carl's house.
I love that.
And he goes, Carl, all those times I said I was big bone, it's not true. I'm fat as fuck. I'm a fat fuck. It's like just the funniest scene ever. And he gets on the mobility scooter and he just drives on the house. Yay!
I love South Park, honestly. Listen, this is getting serious. Oh dear.
Yeah, see. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. You know what? You know what that means? I bet you now. See that? Yeah, that she's got that PVC.
Yeah.
She has, apparently it's a lust to get into it. You gotta like fucking, rub oil on yourself to get into a PVC vibe. Yeah.
No, that's powder. It's not oil.
How do you know?
I'm just yeah. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I've got a gimp suit.
I don't know. This sounds rough. Latex with powder. Are you sure, Darthron? The aristocratic utensil. Moo. Good evening, sir.
Moo.
What is? Oh, hello, Heidi.
No, you're not fat. Your the heat expands. Yeah, it's a fuckload of expansion on that one.
Well, you shut the fuck up, do you, right now? Eh? I'm not fat. You're fat.
The oil helps with the sting. Okay, all right.
Jesus, this just got really naughty very quickly. Really quickly.
But I like that.
Oh, you like it like that, eh?
I like
you
it
like
like
a bit of PVC. You like a bit of PVC, Darthron. You're not fat, you're fun-sized. I like that one. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, Lord. And Darthron, what did you do? Wait. Fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, I clicked it. Right? Yeah. Reese, fuck toch. First I'm a man, then I'm a catfish, now I'm a dominatrix. Yeah, you can be anything, Reese. You can be anything. We'll allow it. You can be anything you want to be.
Yeah.
Just a hairstylist that beats his husband to keep him in line.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Right there. Fucking dad bods are the thing. Fucking you heard it right now. Hello. Oh. You're still gonna join us, utensil, Mr. Spoon. Fuck, that's why I probably don't have my X open. Silly me.
Mark, my bad. More bounce per ounce. More fun per ton. For a longer ride, go wide.
Lord, that's funny.
That's so good. That could be a nice t-shirt.
Yeah, that could be I'm gonna get like fat positive t-shirts.
I mean, that's a good one. I mean, you've got the space to put it on,
I don't know, Spoon. You heard it here. The truth is here. It's like, well, a little bit of loving, like this is the thing. This is Africa. This isn't like Europe. See, in Europe, what you say makes sense. But in Africa, it's kind of different. We've like slowly developed the culture of going like, well, You know, you look at a man, and if he's too thin, you're like, oh, he doesn't have a lot of food. In Africa, it's like, oh, that's a fat man. He's got money to buy food and extra KFC. And then chicks are like, yeah, he can provide. See, it's that evolutionary biology, guys. It's just, listen, these are just facts. I'm just putting out the facts, man.
So Gavin's asking, was idiom expensive?
Yeah, it was a bit pricey, but it was I mean, fuck,
So
can't even say it's worth it.
Shits are going.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what? Fuck off. Chilly in the dark side. Good evening, Andre. How are you, sir? Stuff it on the stomach and ride it like a wave. It's a thinking joke. Wait, Spoon, you didn't answer me. Are you still keen to jump on and talk a bit of cock, or are you chilling this evening? You're more than welcome to. Dad bots is for girls who are passing the hookup treadmill subconscious. What? Dad bots are for the girl who is passing the hookup treadmill subconscious. Am I reading that wrong? I feel tired again. Yes, Matthew, fine. Add it to the count.
Yes, Matthew. I like Matthew's
Liddy, your
comment.
power keeps tripping. Fucking ESCOM. Fucking the government.
Mork has the right dimensions for so many words on a shirt.
What? That's not very nice.
What
is this horse shit?
No, remember we said that would be a nice shirt.
There we go. Sorry, Matthew says we were all reading that one wrong. Yeah,
I didn't read it, so
I didn't read it. Listen. You've come to a channel where we suck at reading. Yeah, listen. Hey, no, it's totally. I would, even if you had wrote it properly, I would have probably read it wrong because I am dyslexic as well.
Yeah.
And tarded. That's why I'm allowed to make fun of tarded people, because I am semi-tarded. Right? So it's like, that's why, like, people, if you're 10% black, you're allowed to use the N-word. That's how it works, right?
Someone's asking if they compare.
How do you pay Bitcoin on this channel?
Yes, you can. I don't know how.
Yes, of course you can. There's a thing. Oh god, wait, no, don't. I've just had one in there, but I just want to double check if my address is still correct. It could be fucking wrong. Random people been sending me Bitcoin, and then it's just going to some random dude. I need to double check, make sure that it's like
we want 1 Bitcoin.
No, we don't. What? Like, you know what a Bitcoin is? Heidi tarded. I found my people. I would love to roast my chestnuts on an open fire right now. Honestly, I really would. It is really cold. God, choking. Wait. Yeah, so I was just reading it and just went up. No, we had our prepaid this week, and the municipality was here today, and they say we're overloading, but there's nothing. They'll just be back tomorrow. Listen. The municipality and just fixing stuff. Like, I just fucking please privatize it. It kills me. It honestly kills me. But I'll take a Bitcoin. I mean, I would too, but I mean, like, no, don't. I mean, if like, listen, Utopia,
I mean, if you can afford to drop a Bitcoin, then by all means, we won't stop you.
Listen. Yeah, but I mean, then okay, I'll do the balls. You're in charge of the shaft, because that's what a Bitcoin gives.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Okay, cool, sure.
Yeah, I'm not swallowing the gravy though.
Yeah, dude, for a Bitcoin, you're swallowing the gravy, bro. You're
no.
You know.
You can take the gravy.
Okay, then I'm taking the Bitcoin. That's just how it works.
No, but why the fuck am I stroking the shaft?
Well, because you're the one that's going, yes, let's do this.
I'm saying yes to a Bitcoin. I never said about, like, stroking the shaft and cradling balls.
You can't. This we're living in a capitalist society. Are you not a capitalist? You can't just go, yeah, cool. But like, there has to be exchange or something. I don't know if words are just enough for a Bitcoin. Ooh, tomato soup and mushroom soup look like. You know what would be actually cool? Tomato soup with a grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, that's the business. Oh, dude, I made the kiffer stew yesterday after I came back from Idiome. You can take
What was
you can take turns. Yeah, see, there we go. That's how you do it. You just listen, for one Bitcoin,
Okay,
we're sharing.
all right, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
you have to. That's just how it works.
Whatever this
Beach police. Whoa! Hello.
Thank you,
Thank
Mark.
Mark Myberg donated 140 South African
Yes, my
rand.
Bitcoin.
Here is my bit
Yeah,
of
That's fucking awesome. Thank you, good sir. Oh shit! What? Welcome, Voortsekkers. Roy Thompson, host sent us. That
Of
bastard.
course he did. He's so good to us.
No, he's a solid lad. That host. Rainier Brits. Hello,
Might
good
need to
evening,
stroke it
sir.
off soon.
I'll stroke it. I'll stroke it every now and again. I think there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, but I love the names though. Daniel, Etienne, good evening. Daniel, good evening. Josentas, hello. Good evening, sir. Yeah, we're just hanging out, talking to the chat. That's a beautiful name, PK. It stands. South Africa's pioneering Bitcoin-friendly town. There we go. You heard it. Ronaldo is dodgy. Yeah, especially when he was a politician. I like him more now, though. He's better now than he's not a politician. And I was literally before the show, I was watching his interview with Joe. And I mean, I just want to give props to that. Like, Joe's documentary is absolutely phenomenal. I actually did a little video when I got home after work about it. And I'll probably try and hopefully release it by tomorrow or Wednesday. But do you guys have a favor? Go watch Joe's documentary, what's Stolen Ground. It's like, I was like, fucking hell, my homie did that. That's absolutely amazing. It's stunning. It's a really great documentary. Whoa! Thank you, good sir. Use
Crocotopia donated £4.99. Use a Bitcoin QR code. That number string does not do it for me.
Moment.
Oh, okay. I'll do it. I'll do that. Yeah. Sorry. Thanks, Craptopio. Don't even ask me.
I was gonna have to break it.
It was great. No. Listen, yeah, PK. It was absolutely fucking sad watching that documentary, and I'm going like, this shit's going on, and it's like they're using lawfare just to like have the shit go on, have the shit happen, and it's insane. It was really like, I was going like, I mean, the dude in the thing. I don't want to give too much away, but go watch it. But it starts right at the beginning, so I won't give too much away. I mean, this guy had a race course, like a racetrack in Cape Town. The amount of money he has put into that thing and what it's worth is insane. It's absolutely insane. He mentioned something like between 50 and 60 million. Just gone. Fuck. Nothing. He's got nothing to show for it now. It's like the government has done absolutely nothing. At the same time, then you'll hear the narrative, oh wait, it's not happening. It's not happening. And you're like, yeah, fucking is. It fucking is. Absolute prats. Cameron Engelbrecht, anyone going to the rugby in Cape Town this weekend? Ooh, I didn't even know there's rugby in Cape Town this weekend. I'm probably going to be cuck cold if you do go to the rugby. It's going to be freezing. Take something warm with, guys. How did I on 2 now? What did I say?
I know what you did.
What did I do?
I'm actually not going to repeat it because I don't want to add.
Then you're going to get
exactly.
Yeah, you're going to get a.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up on that one.
Yeah, you should shut up. Yeah, but you can't. Oh wait, you can't swear. But we got to turn on swearing now because we're monetized now.
Okay.
So now
I'll sell out.
You'll sell out, Debbie. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Debbie's in the house. Dropping 5 memberships. Booyakasha. Thank you, good madam. Very, very awesome of you. Rosalind Gerber says, sorry, no, she didn't say anything. It's just received a membership. Good on you, Robert. Did they receive the membership? Yes. To the Master Spoon. Where's Master Spoon? Where's Master Spoon?
Hello there.
Oh, it's Debbie's birthday. Well, hello,
Happy
darling.
Birthday, Debbie.
Happy birthday, Debbie. I hope you have a most wonderful day, and I hope you're high right now. I hope you've had a lot of gummies, and I hope you're happy and fun, and you're enjoying your evening.
I wish I was high.
Why don't you just take a gummy? Just get with the program, homie.
From where? From where, Mork?
Oh, right, sorry. It always says the data, the you can't even get high. I'm sure there's people over there. Oh, happy birthday to Debbie. I'll go send her the money. Andre Vergaan. Happy birthday to everybody saying happy birthday to Debbie. Awesome sauce. No, Debbie's good people. Thorin Blazon Lash. Let's rock, Mork rock. Let's rock, Mork. Yes, let's rock it up. Let's get it. I mean, what did you feel about Cyril telling Iran and Israel to make peace? You know, it's quite funny. I watched a really funny thing. Oh, should I share it? It's a bit edgy.
Share it.
I think I can share it. Fuck it, let's share it. Yeah, let's share it quickly. Let's see if I can find it quickly but it's a bit edgy. I don't know if I probably need to cuck for this though. I just thought it was funny because, you know, like I think like even in terrible moments, I remember just for context, guys, I think I was at my grandmother's funeral and my grandfather's funeral. I have this issue of you know, using humor as a coping mechanism. So, you know, I grew up like as South Africans, we kind of do that. We're in that whole vibe of, you know, using these things as coping mechanisms. Oh wait, let me just send it to myself and see if I can share it. So that's why sometimes it looks like, oh my God, you're so insensitive. It's not. I'm not being insensitive. It's just how I cope with things. And sometimes, you know, people look at it and they go, oh, you're just a mean bastard. And it's like, well, not really. It's this one. Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. Let me just send this to. There we go. Cool. Let's see.
Just Matthew, share it like Joe Biden shared the shower with his daughter.
That's rough. Oh, there's now Matthew's thing comes through. There's a bit of a delay, it seems. Okay, let's share this. It's where's my share thing? Share button. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I might get into trouble, but hey, you know what? This is all about fun and games. It's fun and games. Let's just share and. Okay, I'm going to stop it there because that's just fucking rough, though. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, listen, I just thought it was funny. My bag. If you're offended by this, I'm not, you know, I'm not taking sides. Where am I? I don't know. Like, it's quite hectic. It's, I mean, like, listen, you know what's quite funny, though? It's like this shit happened, and I was like, I think it was last week. Was it last week? What came on? I was watching Sum of All Fears. And if anybody's guys have watched that, it's like literally, if you go watch that movie, it's probably the entire plot of what's currently happening between the US and Iran. And like, that was only the movies between the US and Syria. And it's just like, wow, I don't know. All this shit seems almost scripted. Sounds like the bomb. A whole bunch of people here going, wait, that's just super insensitive. I'm never coming back to this channel again. Thank you, Whistler. Thank you. There we go. See, listen, we're allowed to laugh at things, even like in, you know, destitute problems and there's issues. We're allowed to see the humor in things. Sometimes
that's the nice thing about, like, I want to say the majority of people is that the internet, you find shit funny.
That's the thing about, I think that's the thing about South Africans, that like, it's like this quality that they have. It's like, no matter, like, you can laugh at your own terrible situation. I mean, like, we make fun of the fact that you're living in a country where you know, like, you've got race laws against you, but still we find it funny. You know, this is the fucking internet. Like, listen, we're thick skinned. You got, I mean, this is the thing. I was born in the, like, you know, grew up in the 90s, bro. Like, this whole vibe of like sticks and stones. It's like, imagine growing up now and you're like, your kryptonite is somebody saying a mean word to you. It's like, what, who cares? Like, just carry on with your life. But a lot of people, they just can't get over that. It's, and I'm like, you know, how do you progress in life if, like, you know, oh, someone said a bad thing about me, you know, like,
Yeah.
Cecil Smith says, happy birthday to Debbie. Thanks for the gift. Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much, Debbie. There we go. Spoon. Gooi an invite. Let's talk a bit of the shy with the Spoon. It's lovely, luxurious, smooth voice. Let's see. Add a guest. There we go. Cry babies. God. Fucked it to scap. I hope so Debbie, are you good and high? Do you have some edibles?
Edibles.
1 in 50 of my fellow Europeans can, though some, whoa, it's a bit of a dyslexic one there, but I'm going to try and figure it out. See, this is what I was talking about last week. I have a superpower, and in the future, it's going to become relevant, right? 1 in 50 of my fellow Europeans can, by some miracle, enjoy dark, irrelevant jokes. Yeah, I hope so too. I know there's some of them can. Le Spoon. Le evening, le good sir. Huh? Hello?
Give me your buttery voice.
Give me your battery voice.
Buttery.
Oh, buttery voice. You just want to rub his voice all over yourself.
Buttery.
Just butter you up. I'm not hearing you, Spoon.
You might need to mute and unmute.
Yeah, sometimes it does that. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. That's a Spoon.
No, sorry, that was my bad.
Oh, there we go.
That's okay.
JLP says, why are you screwing with me? Terrible. I may have had a drink.
Oh, that's fine. You have a whiskey. Oh, look, Debbie sent a photograph of, like, she just had a birthday cupcake, an Ebidal one. That Debbie, that looks. How many milligrams is that? 30 moles. Good and solid. Hey, Sophia, how are you? I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to do a call-in stream soon. I'm going to try and organize it for next Monday. I'm just busy at the moment setting up, what's the thing called? Discord. I think probably Discord's going to... Yeah. Saying goodbye to my monetization by having a call-in stream.
No, maybe do it on Discord. Screen some people before.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've got to screen you before, just for safety. Anyway, so Spoon, how are you, good sir?
Spiky coat.
Biggie coat.
It's a biggie coat.
Fucking freezing. Well, what are you talking about? How's it a biggie coat? You come from Europe, from Ireland. It's like minus.
This is like summer there.
Yeah, this is like it's summer.
Minus 10. It's not Sweden.
What does it get in Ireland? Isn't it wet and rainy and cold all the time?
It's like 5.
So this is like 14, and you're like, oh my god, you're cold.
Yeah,
but
that's because we have central heating in Ireland. Here you have. Yeah, that's the difference. Like if you walk into Ireland, a house, there's no central heating. You go like, what? Did some poverty-stricken bastard build this thing? Where's the central heating? We're gonna die here. Like fuck that. No. Hence why I'm drinking whiskey.
That's gonna warm the cockles of your good old heart.
Also, I have on ski pants.
Ooh.
You've got on ski pants. No wonder you're freezing.
Why did you put something on?
Ski pants are warm as hell. Because ski pants are really, really warm.
Put a trackie on, like a tracksuit pants over the ski pants. You can be nice and toasty.
No, ski pants are warm as hell.
This is a really weird stream already. Like Reese has got like fucking latex on, Spoon's got fucking ski pants on.
No.
I don't know.
Don't you fucking compare latex to fucking ski pants. Jesus Christ. One is an outdoor activity, one is behind closed doors. That's not remotely the same thing.
Maybe.
If someone wears ski pants, you're like, well, he's going to go skiing. If someone's wearing latex, you'd rather not ask questions.
Wait, no, ski pants. You don't wear ski pants skiing.
Wait, I think. Wait. Are you talking about? We're talking about like as in, like
South African version of ski
cycling-
pants.
Yeah. You know, like it's
No, like actual ski pants, like you go out in the snow.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
we don't know what that is here because we don't have
Yeah,
snow.
yeah.
So we're like, what is
Our
ski
ski
pants? We're like,
are like tights.
yeah, like
No,
thin tights
like
that chicks
actual-
go yoga
no.
in.
No,
Like leggings or ski pants.
actual ski pants.
Okay, all right, that makes sense then.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's what Whistler says. We're like we're all thinking like he's talking about ski pants, like like leggings that chicks wear.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, like you're talking like proper warm pants, and you're still cold, or you're
Yes.
toasty in them.
I'm toasty now.
I still don't understand long johns. You just put long johns under your.
God, I love long johns. I need to get
No,
some.
you make
Isaac
fun of people who wear
Fisher.
that shit.
You know what I want is I want one of those like one piece.
Oh, onesies.
Yeah, those big onesies. You know, like I want one of those.
Just get a bathrobe and get a
like
cigar. You
with the
walk around
flap
like a
at the back.
Onesies feels like you're younger. Like a bathrobe
it's
feels more
just-
sophisticated. Like you have a bathrobe, and then you have like a cool pipe, like Spoon has, and you like like you're. What's his name?
You gotta go with those cigar jackets.
Oh yeah,
Oh yes,
cigar
Ronaldo
place.
also. Like, listen, the leggies are comfy. My eggs, my eggs always well done.
I did not need to know that. That's rough around here now.
Now, you guys started this. You're talking about ski pants. We're all South African. We're going.
No.
what the fuck are you talking about?
No. You all took that all the wrong way because I come from a different part of the
Dude,
world where we.
Well, listen, you're in South Africa now. You gotta get with the lingo. I mean,
What do you mean it's lingo? It's shitty lingo. It's not literal.
no, but it's like, yeah, whatever. It's like South Africa, where like ski pants is like, what's another word that like it's got a different meaning of the season? It means
But
something.
he's
of
got
the
a
year.
point. Like he's got a point.
He
If you
does.
break down
We're
the
taught
word
it. No.
ski pants,
It's exactly what it is.
yeah.
We've
I'm not gonna go
we've-
ski pants and some fucking leggings. I'm not gonna like go ski in
No.
some leggings. That's not gonna happen.
no.
So
Yeah.
So what
this
happened?
one
I think.
shows you that we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like
So I
that,
think
bro.
what happened
Spoon
was
is going
someone
to
from
fry
South
that
Africa.
much. No, I can. I can handle
Ronaldo
the-
Gauss has become a
the
member.
Extreme Sun. That's fine.
Oh, thanks, Ronaldo. Ronaldo became a member. Hello, darling. No, but the thing is, I think how it happened. What?
His avatar looks like me.
Ronaldo's avatar.
Yes.
Is that what you look like in real life?
Like half pissed or drunk or sleepy all at the same time. Yes. Like just like glazed over, like, oh god, I'm alive for another day. Fucking hell. Fine. It's like I hate humanity and everyone else around me face. This bourbon has taken on really weird notes.
Ooh, what are you drinking, good sir? I forgot to buy a good whiskey on the weekend.
It's the maker's 46, but it smells like
Oh, hello.
it doesn't smell like bourbon. It smells like an Irish whiskey.
Oh, there you go. It's probably the
Yeah,
cold.
it's
It's like it's the
Taking
multiple
on a
things
creamy
that are-
note, which is kind of weird.
Oh, lekker, hello.
It still tastes like the
Hello.
bourbon though, but yeah, that's also. I think this is one of the lowest proof alcohols I have. And this one I think is 47. Other one is 43. All the rest are above 50.
Ooh, delicious. I need a fucking something warm.
It'll get you drunk, and then you'll start saying things that you'll regret later on.
No, come on, we just got here.
I never do that. I always say everything drunk or sober. I stand by every goddamn word I say.
That's fuck me. I actually wanted to watch that on the weekend. Tombstone. You remind me of Doc Holliday. Fuck, I
Oh, yeah,
love
that
Doc
is his
Holliday.
voice.
That is his voice, yeah.
Yes, that is. Well, it's sort of inspired by his voice. It also sounds like Pastor Richards from not from San Andreas, from Vice City.
Fuck, I didn't play Vice City. I skipped Vice City.
Anyone who's played Vice City, you'll know the guy I'm talking about.
Stanley Cup Mork.
Everyone
yes.
will die within the fires of my voice. Like sounds like
what's this?
Like evangelical
so familiar. Like the accent sounds so familiar.
No, but it's Doc Holliday. It's Doc Holliday from Tombstone. But it's like he says that line. What's that line he says? Is music lover. I've got 2 guns, one for each of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well he's drunk and stumbling out of the bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Piano player.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Oh god, I love that fucking movie. I actually wanted to read. Oh yeah, I literally had it ready this weekend to watch. Anyone else play Fallout games? I played Fallout. I loved Fallout. I played Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was absolutely amazing. I never played 3, and then the new one is a bit weird. I tried to. Sean tried to get me into it, and I just I struggled.
76 is an absolute terrible game. Don't play it. It's not.
Yes, it is. I completely agree with you. It just sucks. The fact that every time you spawn in, you've got to place your base somewhere. Like, piss off. How's it, Mork?
New Vegas is David?
I haven't played New Vegas. I'm just going to play it.
New Vegas, we should be played because it was written by Obsidian, and therefore the story is better.
Ah,
it's quite weird. I was told by everyone that I naturally aligned with Caesar. Like, no, I didn't assign myself with the slave. I of course went Mr. House because he's the actual monarch.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
There's 4 factions you can align with. There is Mr. House. He is the man who lives in the chamber for 200 years. He's essentially the monarch of New Vegas. He's like a autocratic, he literally calls himself that, an autocratic leader of New Vegas. He has claim over New Vegas because he abides by essentially Austrian economics kind of philosophy mixed with a bit of essentially, well, I made all this. I'm a self-made man, and I have the means to defend myself, and I will kill everyone who gets in my way. Kind of Chad-based. Then you've got Caesar's Legion, who basically is Romans mixed with enslavement and power. So again, old school, but still working. And then you have the New California Republic, the NCR. They are basically old world democracy. Constitutionalism, that kind of cringe bullshit. And then you have Mr. Yes Man, who is anarchy. I mean, look, Mr. House says the best line in the game. He just goes, if you want to see the fate of democracies, look out the window. Like, fucking yes, based.
That's beautiful.
I agree, because democracy is shit.
Right, so here's a good someone who's like, you have what are your thoughts on, because I saw I've not gotten into the whole Iran, fucking America. Give us your take on that. Give me Spoon's take on the shit that's going down at the moment.
God. It's very difficult to understand because it's basically it's fog of war, and the principal antagonist in this entire story is Netanyahu, who is a lying, shit-stirring son of a bitch, who's been saying Iran is this close to getting a nuclear weapon any day now for the last 25 fucking years. He's a shit-stirring prick. He is a liar. He lies through his teeth constantly. I don't know how on earth he's still in power. And many people suspect the reason why he's antagonizing everyone is because of the war on 7 fronts to essentially cripple everyone else around who's a threat to Israel, as well as essentially dragging the Americans into war against Iran. That's one perspective. Because Iran is going to get a nuclear weapon, even though America's own intelligence says no, Iran is not going to get a weapon. They're not trying to enrich uranium to get a weapon. That's ridiculous. Their own security services have been saying this for fucking years now. So it's a bit ridiculous for him to keep saying and peddling this line for 30 years when everyone knows it's a bunch of bullshit. It's like the Iraq weapons of mass destruction kind of bullshit all over again.
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought. It's like, this sounds very familiar. This sounds like we've been down this road before.
Yes, that's one theory. Another one that's been put forth by a gentleman by the name of Brian Berletic, who's part of the New Atlantis channel. You should really go look that up. His one, I think he's a former Marine actually. His analysis is that this is not Israel's war. This is essentially America's war, and they're acting against Iran through Israel as a proxy. So they're essentially allowing Israel to do whatever the hell they want, so they can just justify essentially having Iran through Israel. Yeah, essentially. And there is merit to this argument because he's been reading documents from like 2009 that openly say, Iran is not entangling anyone into the region. They're not a threat, but we consider Iran a threat to American hegemony in the region. And so they've had this long plan for God knows how many years now to attack Iran. Topple the regime. The regime change has been on America's radar for like, because America's hegemony.
Just because they don't like them.
No, America is a failing empire. And it needs to basically weaken everyone else around them because America does not tolerate any great power. It does not tolerate any up and coming powers. And right now they're trying to the whole thing was against Russia and Ukraine. That was to try and get rid of Putin. And Putin went like, no, fuck you. I'm not going anywhere, you pricks. And they're beating Ukraine to a pulp. I mean, just look at the size of Russia to Ukraine. And the same thing with Iran. Iran is like 90 million people. Iran is fucking massive. Israel is tiny. America does not have the weapons and manpower to fight Iran. And in a war of attrition, my God, Iran is going to crush Israel to bits. And now you've got all of these sort of reports coming out of, oh, look, they've crippled Iran's attacking power. They own the skies. Like, no, they fucking don't. Like, that's just retarded bullshit. And the whole
because they basically have military might, then because they've got troops. They've got
America thinks it has military might, but if America were to put ground troops in Iran would kick the shit out of them.
Yeah, because I mean they're just going to go back to the way that's why they basically Iraq war. It's like that guerrilla warfare. It's like you can't really beat that. That's why they struggled with. But I mean, what about tech now these days? I mean, like fucking,
Iran's
drones.
Tech is not. Yeah, but it's the thing. People think like Iran's tech is like the 1990s. It's not. Iran's tech is far more sophisticated than the Americans will give them credit for.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fundamentalist against the West. No, the biggest sponsor of terrorism in the West is the Saudis. It's not the Iranians. Like, the Iranians are like halfway like secular. So like they're not exactly anti-American in that kind of sense. They're more just like, yeah, West, fuck off because you're attacking us through Israel. I think if they were just to keep it against Israel, it'll be all right. The main thing that's just very confusing is the way Israel has been posturing in the region does not make Iran sort of very divided. It actually bolsters a lot of Iranians that would otherwise not be united for any particular reason, which is a really stupid move on Israel's part.
Yeah, because now you're gonna get what's happened now with like with Palestine, where the entire world, people who now suddenly everybody supports Palestine. Yeah,
because Israel is massively losing the PR war.
Yeah, of course. No, they are. I mean, there were so many better ways to have done that. You could have just won. I don't know. Fuck, it's a fucking hectic topic, though. I mean, to be honest, I don't know enough about it, and it goes back too far. Like, where the fuck do you, where do you start?
The Iranian Revolution of the 1970s or 60s. This is not really my wheelhouse, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm saying, I know, like,
yeah. I tend to avoid topics if I don't know because I don't want to look stupid.
Yeah, no, I mean, same.
Easiest way to appear intelligent: don't talk about shit you don't know. Easiest thing to do. Like, how do you know so much? I don't. I just know when to shut up. As if it's not rocket science. What's your opinion on this? I don't have one because I'm not informed enough. Simple as. Like, wow, he's honest. You'll either look like an idiot.
Yeah, dude, that's the same thing. I don't have enough information. 100%, dude. I don't know enough about the topic, and I don't want to get into it and go like, I've got a principled idea of like, but again, it's like that's based on just X amount of knowledge. I don't the stuff I haven't read it. So once that comes into equation, I can then reformulate my opinion based on this new information, as opposed to just going one side good, one side bad. Because this is a whole different thing as opposed to the fucking Palestinian-Israel thing that happened before.
I'm in favor of anything that makes Netanyahu pissed off because I fucking hate him. Like, of world leaders that I can't stand, he's top of the list.
Who's second?
Our president, I would imagine. Zelensky's on that list.
Yeah, I can't stand Zelensky. I just don't understand. Can someone? I wanted to start like a whole fund, GoFundMe, just to get the guy like just a shirt and a tie. It's just like he's just wearing that, like he looks like. Yeah, he's just doing he's doing that whole fucking like I'm in the war look, like constantly. He's got the shirt on and the thing. It's like, bro, just wear something.
Because he's trying to hide his cocaine. It doesn't do well in business. That dude has a cocaine problem. It's actually quite known.
Yeah, no. I've heard about that.
Yeah. So is everyone.
See, I mean, Daniel says it's like it's about establishing a reserve bank for the enslaved people. Probably. I mean, I've heard that argument made before. This is what the whole vibe was with Iran, Iraq, all these things, But you can take that argument back to like fucking all of them. Like this is why Syria got attacked. Yeah, because somebody's said it's a good idea. And again, like sometimes I go like, "Wow, Trump should know better." The problem is if you have like 30 people around you that you trust. And like say like the majority of them are going like do a thing. And you're going okay, cool. Maybe their argument's relevant. It could be. I don't know. Sometimes it couldn't. Sometimes
I don't actually think Trump is in charge of much of anything. I don't think the executive branch in the United States actually has much power.
He can't know enough about like every single topic, right? This is the problem with it. This is what like we saw the first time.
It's not even that. It's just that I just don't think the executive is being listened to. I don't think the Pentagon gives a flying shit what the executive does. I think the permanent security state is in charge, and whoever's the president has actually nothing to do with the United States. I think democracy is a sham, voting is nothing, and the rest of it is just a giant theater show.
Yeah, but that's like the whole vibe of the CIA. Nobody can control the CIA and what they do, and like any operation that they do, nobody in government has say over that. So it's like
the main thing that people think the government is too powerful. No, actually, the government is incredibly weak. That's the really problem. Yeah, America's government is so decentralized and it's so massive that the bureaucracy essentially just rules itself. And that's why when people think, "Oh, look, you want a monarchy?" Like, yes, I actually want a monarch to come and kick the shit out of all of these people. I want someone that if I can look at and go, that's the person who's actually pulling the strings. Like if you look at Russia, Putin is the guy who's actually in charge.
Yeah. Because
like
it's almost like
in the KGB who openly said that he dominates the security services. Like he's actually the guy pulling the strings. Same with Xi Jinping in China.
Because I mean, it's like but the difference is when it comes to America, he's not. We saw that in Trump's first election. He's not in charge. He doesn't get to say anything. He doesn't actually make a decision. The White House can function without him being there, and it's people that you don't know that are running the fucking thing.
Yeah, you could saw this during Biden. Like he wasn't running the show.
Yeah, no. Oh God, no. Like he was absolutely just like like he even needs a president. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a weird period in American history trying to explain that one. You had this guy as a president? Oh, not really.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
That's a very strange set of circumstances.
No, the thing is, we can't unsee that, though. The fact that we know this has happened now. So, like, to what extent does the current president then have power? Because they can also manipulate him, like have this shit. The CIA is running cuck in the background. No one knows what the fuck is going on. So like, when the president makes the decision, is this based on actual intel or is this based on intel that these, fucking secret security companies, secret agencies want the president to know and then therefore make a decision based on information they provide? It's, it's like,
I would say
I don't know.
The last time America had a president that actually ran shit was probably FDR. And that was like the 1940s during the Second World War.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, quite a long time ago.
That was
yeah.
Yeah, Biden probably would have bombed the wrong country. But I mean, I don't even think he was there to make a decision.
I don't think America really cares who it bombs as long as the bombs fall and someone gets paid.
It's like it's basically Iron Man. It's the first movie of Iron Man. It's just military. It's just money.
I said before in one of my videos or in one of my scripts, America as an entity is like someone stricken with cerebral palsy that has random bouts of retard strength.
God.
Like it's just bombastic, but it's not very coordinated well. It's just like a moron trying to play chess, just like just smacks the ball with their forehead. That's like rock impaled or some shit. That's basically America's foreign policy.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of coordination. Can fuck shit up, but doesn't really do much else. I mean, look how much money they spent in Iraq and Afghanistan for God knows how many years, trying to turn it into a Western liberal democracy, which was never going to fucking happen because, like, news for you, people in the Middle East are not fucking Westerners.
No. But also, like, I mean, as American people, as a taxpayer, at what point do you go, like, listen, like,
America
this
will
is
never do
just
anything.
Insane. Stop. Like, just stop spending our money on, like...
If you go to my Twitter, my profile, play the clip that's on my heading. I don't know if you can do that on stream.
I can.
Yeah, you should.
The one that's pinned.
A friend of mine. Yes, that's my friend Scrump. He is a very based man who has a lot of. He's very, very high political IQ.
Hold on, let's look at the share
and
button.
He says some very, very spicy things about the Americans. I love the guy. He's good people.
This one.
Sorry, Reese.
Well, sorry. Yeah, we got chat. We're going to get to questions and talk to the chat. Sorry, that's.
No, I'm having my own
and...
private conversation with like Whistler.
You're not allowed to have that. That's what. Wait,
we're talking about the fallout, and so Reese was tuning me. I got to stop the convo because he has to finish the pamphlets.
Okay, well, we'll play this while Reese finishes up. Come on, Whistler. Sorry, Whistler. Whistler, finish up the pamphlets, my guy. Come on, I can also help.
This part of the English conversation. The reason I'm trying to the point and the reason I called this part of the English conversation, the reason I'm trying to communicate this concept to people is that Trump was apparently millimeters away from assassination, and no violence has erupted because of it. The idea there is a civil war brewing is retarded. If you believe that combat is anywhere close in America,
Pool said so.
You're
Beanie Man.
You're an idiot. if you've seen this, America is obese and passive, and they watch the news as a conversation and a TV show. Nothing has happened. They tried to kill Trump, in quotes, whether you believe it was all genuine or whether you lone gunman it. Nothing's happened.
Yeah,
everyone's gone, oh well, we'll get them at the elect. Like, if you're an American and you give me the America spiel, like seriously, you're an idiot. Like, Americans are incredibly stupid people because they believe that their country will rise up around them. And Trump's been shot at, and Nerea Dairy Queen has had a window smashed. You will do nothing because you are 400 pounds and you ride in a rascal. You are a dysgenic mass of mulatto people. You are a failing empire who has nothing left to contribute. And when it happens, and when it is imposed upon you again, you will simply go, oh, well, that's the way things are. And you might as well turn all those guns on yourselves because you will never use them. I am sick of hearing about America, and I'm sick of Americans. Okay? Go eat your bucket of fried chicken and watch the news. You're not going to do shit because you are fat and lazy and feminine and dysgenic. That is it. You are a race of, like, fused white mutants. Sit down. Your time is over.
That's
the reason why that's pinned. I'm like, I would never take that off ever because it's just fucking gloriously pro England. Like, well done.
But I mean, that's true. Like the one thing that like completely freaked me out when this shit happened with like the Trump assassination, I'm going, oh shit. Like when I saw it, like I literally minutes later, you saw it going on Twitter. I was going, oh shit, shit's going to go down. Nothing happened. Like nothing. Nobody rose up. Nobody. Like, and I mean, this is the same thing I kind of see in South Africa. Is like, I'm probably going to be a bad comparison to someone like you who's educated, but like, for example, hypothetically, like look at America, right? And like when they were annexed from themselves from Great Britain, it was over a couple of things. One being the fact that like, oh well, the empire wants to tax them more, and there's no representation without taxation. They went fuck this. I mean, like right now, we're like these people plugged into the machine in the matrix, and they're just using us as batteries. I mean, we're getting like taxed at 60%. They've taken like rights away, moved like the ability for you to do shit, and we're just happily going along and going, yeah, cool, sure. That's insane, right?
Yeah, but that's people need to understand the reason why America went to war with the English. There's there's a guy called Curtis Yarvin. You should really go listen to him. There's a good little clip where he essentially said what happened with England and America is it was essentially a Cold War at home, but it was like a hot war abroad. And the reason why America won is essentially that Britain did not have a lot of will to fight. And it appeared like a fairly just reason, even though anyone who knows anything about, because the whole thing with Americans is if you mention king to Americans, they like completely lose their fucking minds because of their stupid idea and they know nothing about history or frankly much of fucking anything. They think that their revolution was against the King of England, which is just bizarre because prior to the American Revolution, there was a revolution in England called the Glorious Revolution, where the king was deposed by a Dutch king that came over because during, I can't remember which king it was now. He was a Catholic king, and the Protestant Parliament was not a fan of a Catholic king and a potential heir being on the throne for like the next 100 years. And so they invited the king of, or a prince of the Netherlands to come over and say, yeah, depose this king because we don't want a fucking Catholic king. Fuck that shit. And so he came over with a couple of under troops, and basically the King of England went to France. And one of the things that he had to sign was to rule jointly with his wife once the King of England was successfully chanced out and this new Dutch one came in. And basically a lot of powers were ceded from the throne to the parliament. And prior to this, the colonies always belonged to the king, not the parliament, which is why James Wilson, one of the founding fathers, penned the treaties along the lines of, hold on, I'll tell you what the treaties is in a moment.
David Henry says, "King my ass." Matthew Dixon says, "How will kingsmanship in South Africa work? Are we going to be a communist state?" I don't know.
Communism and monarchies do not go together. That's like saying fascism and republics. Like new.
Yeah.
James Wilson, considerations on the nature and extent of the legislative authority of the British Parliament. It was not the King of England. It was the British Parliament. The King of England had very little control over the colonies. You know, King George the Third, who was way too busy shagging than doing much of else because he had like 15 children in the fucking 1700s, which is, my God, that's amazing. I don't know how the hell you have 15 kids in that era.
Yeah. But I mean, so then basically it was basically the parliament that were going like, listen, we need to run this, organize this, send troops. It was the government at the time, not the king, who was going like, okay, cool, well, you know, we need to start this war with America.
Yeah, right? The thing is, people just say it was the rise of the commoners. There's no such thing as the rise of the commoners. All elites, every society is run by a group of elites, regardless of whatever form of government it is, whether it's communism, fascism.
You can see that in America right now, South Africa, every country, yeah.
Yes, and it was essentially a bunch of elites that essentially ran the new constitutional republic for 12 years.
I get you. Yeah.
You know that?
No, I didn't.
The Constitution was not the first government. Well, after the revolution happened, there was the Articles of Confederation that lasted for 12 years, 1776, and then you had the Continental Congress. America's first president was a president by the name of John Hanson. He was the president of the Congress, and after that, it was such a disaster that they met behind closed doors and essentially said, okay, we're going to design a new government completely from scratch. And so this was done in secret behind closed doors. That's why they had the whole constitutional convention, and the new constitution was made only with like a sliver did it actually get made. to basically guarantee a new form of government with a whole load of centralized power that gave the government way more control than King George ever had over the fucking colonies. And taxes have been much higher ever since, because the first thing that happened was collect tax, because the revolution made the entire country skinned. So, yeah, good luck with that, Americans. We went to war with taxation without representation. Yeah, how do you feel about it with representation? I like that. That's a good fucking line.
That's a great fucking point right there.
It's a good fucking line. That yeah.
It's not even fucking. It's not actually better. It's fucking worse. But I mean, like over time.
Yeah, but that's the state of the America's government, and America's government's been growing ever since. And all the checks and balances are a bunch of bullshit. The checks and balances do nothing. America's constitutional government is a monumental failure. It does not restrain powers. Congress passes whatever the fucking hell it does. The fucking executive gets to declare war, as Obama did.
But that's the thing, because I'll send you, like, my good friend Joe made this documentary called Stolen Ground. I'll send it to you. It's really great, right? About this whole, but the premise of it is the idea that, like, basically in South Africa we have a constitution, but it means absolutely nothing, because the government can still pass sort of amendments to that constitution, and they can still kind of change small things, and like they can use the power and the money that they have to kind of do whatever the fuck they want to do, right? This whole thing with the land.
Yeah, it's like the two-thirds or like 3/4 of the Congress need to get together to pass an amendment, which is like really, really unlikely. I mean, there's I can't remember. I think the last one was like passed in the early 90s.
But I mean, like a country South Africa, you can kind of do that, because like now you can appeal, like the land expropriation bill, right? You've got the ANC, and then you've got the EFF, and that together they can, well, not this election, maybe like 5 years ago they could have done that. That's why we got this, because they had the majority, and they go, okay, cool, as a Congress, as a parliament, we're gonna pass this fucking bullshit law that amends the constitution, a thing that shouldn't be able to be amended, right? But at the same time, now with what's happening is, I think so Joe's documentary is about this. What's it called? There's a racetrack in Tygerberg, which basically had a whole bunch of people just decide, fuck it, we're just going to invade it and then claim the land and put shacks up. And now it's like there, and nobody can do anything, because there's legislation that basically allows them to stay on the land. And like, you as a private citizen cannot go up against the government. You just don't have the funding for it. There's nothing that you can do. It's insane.
Yeah, also, Andre Dennis said they were trying to keep the power in the people's hands, not the government. There's no such thing as people power, ever. That's rubbish. Every people that are in government, it's run by a small hands of elite. Like, the people never, ever have any power, ever. That's rubbish.
That is,
Iron law of politics is, yes, that is just not true. Like, if you ever think that people have power, that's insane. Like, how many... That's like the main mantra of revolutionaries, is we want liberty. Liberty to do fucking what? Liberty is something you get in a state of nature. Like, the French philosophers are right. You enter society, you give up some liberties to enter society. That is how every civilization works. I can run around naked in the street, but if I go in a bar, the bar's going to tell me, put your clothes on and get the fuck out.
Yeah, there goes your liberty.
Yes. So you do certain things to fit into the society. Society is, most importantly, order. That's the first thing you should look for in a society. It's not freedom. That's bullshit. Freedom, you get the absence of society. The most important thing for society is order.
And that's the one issue that we're having in this country. And like, we don't have you can see, the fact that order is gone. The fact that, I mean, my idea of a government, right? I would like a limited government. I'm speaking to someone who's very knowledgeable about this. So I'm not going to try and fucking argue this with you, but I'm just going to go, like, my idea, like my utopian of a government would be limited government that enforces, like, police and contracts, like fuck Medicaid and, like, and healthcare and, like, housing and all this shit. You should be on your own. That's the kind of government I would like. But like, in this country, we have a government that does everything but that first thing of just making you safe, like your border and safety. That's like, we can't do that here. It's impossible. That's why we got like 80 murders a day and like 160 grapes. It's like, Like, you're supposed to do the one thing. Do the one thing, then you can get to do all the fucking other stupid things. Sorry.
Yeah. I would say the concept of limited government is ridiculous. Like, all government is absolute, whether you like it or not. You don't get to obey government in limited terms. All power is absolute.
Fuck, that's so true. Damn it.
Yeah. Thank you, Curtis Yarman. That's
talking to you. I ain't fucking talking to you.
Why?
Just ruins my cool ideals I have. No, but you bring what you're saying is true. So you got this idea of a thing, and you're going, but at the same time, you got to think of the practical application of that, which is like, yeah, well, you have to surrender that. You can't have limited government because the government's going to dictate whatever the fuck it wants to dictate, and you're going to have to be fine with that. But like, there's got to be a mechanism where we can kind of limit what they're allowed to do. Like, in the idea of the Constitution or a Constitution. What were you saying? Religion as opposed to Constitution? But I mean, like, the idea of the Constitution. That's like that's the lie that's sold us. No, don't worry. We've got a Constitution. We'll never violate these specific 10 commandments.
Yeah,
that's they rubbish. Do. Yeah, but that's the thing, is they do violate those things, like the right to property. Okay, but the fucking government can just take my shit. They do it anyway. They take like 60% of your money. But that's my property, bitch. Like, no, but you're taking it. It's going like, well, we're allowed to because fuck you. That's like, I don't, how do you limit that though? How do you stop those bastards from doing that?
A gun to the head. No, that's really the ultimate argument. Is force decides absolutely everything. Like, when it comes down to like international law, I mean, Academic Agent pointed this out. Is that he said international law is bullshit. International law is not real. At the end of the day, everything boils down to hard power. Anything that you kind of want to do is you and what fucking army.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we're going to take your money. Says who? I have 60,000 men behind me with guns pointed at your fucking head. Try.
Yeah, you're not taking shit.
That's how it works. Yeah, that's like the main thing of any government is an army. You don't have an army, you don't have a country.
So Spirit Fairy says personal sovereignty is the foundation of civilization. I mean, in theory,
in Western civilization,
but I mean, who enforces that personal sovereignty? Someone has to enforce that, right? And that's where force doctrine comes in. Like, you need a government to enforce that. Otherwise, like, the only way around that would, and this is the thing where it's like South Africa is this almost classic example, because like, I mean, this is the thing, we're talking about kind of like, if we talk about force doctrine in the context of South Africa, it's like, so, when you look at the stats, it's like, okay, they have the force in theory. They don't actually physically have it, right? Because, like, for example, South Africa, there's one, we had the stats the other night, like, there's one police officer for every 500,000 people, right? So, like, there's no way they could enforce anything, right? Like, it's, I think there is something like, there's more private security companies in the country, people working in private security. I think it's like 3 times the amount of cops that there are cops. So it's like,
what you just said, that's not possible. One police officer for every 500,000 people. Well, there's like,
so the
country's like 75 million people. So that's 150 cops in the entire country. Like, that's not true.
No. Oh, no. So there's wait, hold on. Let me get that right. So there's one. So there's 66 million people in South Africa, and there's something like 300,000 police officers. I'll get the stats right now. There's 300,000 police officers. Something like 150,000 of the 350 plus minus. Correct me if I'm wrong. 350,000 police officers. 150,000 of those only work in administration. So it would basically be then, I think it's something like 200 or 100, and let's call it 200,000 actual physical cops that are on the ground that are able to protect people. So basically, you take 66 divided by 200,000 gives you how many cops there are for every person. It's something ridiculous, like 1 for every 100,000 or 200. Someone said 500,000. Let's do the math.
Yeah, I agree. It is a moral problem of a culture thing. No, I actually just
problem.
Okay, how can I say this with not getting you demonetized?
Very gently, very gently.
I don't believe in freedom for everyone. I think there's some people who should like forever be restrained by some greater power. Like, they should be like held captive, and I mean like a prison sense. like borderline slavery. Because if you give them freedom, they fuck shit up. Like freedom in the Western sense is born of civilizations, of centuries and values being passed down. It's not imposed upon us because we just grew up with it. But other cultures don't understand how we behave. Like if you look at how like these like thousands of people flood into Europe, they're just like locusts. They don't behave like we do because they're not the same people. They don't have our morals, our ethics, our civilizational standards. They're basically just a different breed of human being. They don't belong in Western civilization. They never will. They will never acclimatize. They're a virus.
Ooh, no, that is, that's, yeah, I can see why you say it could demonetize you.
That's why I'm using these terms and not saying other things.
But I mean, is that like, for example, that would be a cultural difference, or like would that be a religious difference? Because if you've got like two opposing religions,
I think that's a genetic difference.
Okay.
I don't think it's something you can just teach people. Because like that whole argument smacks of culture is framed in a sort of semi-religious way in our society, and it has been for like over a century right now, which is that human beings are just the same, and if you just give them the right information, they will behave in a certain way, and that's not true at all. You can see that in plain sight. It works better on women because women are designed to obey orders, and that's all they're good for. They can't think in abstract ways like men. Like I don't mean that as a shot against women. It's just generally they just don't. Like they're very good at taking orders from men because that's what they're designed to do. They are smaller and weaker than men, and they will naturally gravitate.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking like in the sense of like, you know,
in an evolutionary sense.
Of course, because like a man can overpower a woman. Like and again, you're talking in generalities, not like, well, there's one woman that's super strong and she could beat you up. Like I totally understand. I totally get it. I think people sometimes go like, "What do you mean?" It's like you're talking from a principled and like an average point of view. But
it's a realist position.
Mark Myberg has
I would say
become a
this:
member.
if you watch the people, make a general statement, and if the first reply to them is some exception, immediately write them off as low IQ and don't talk to them.
But say that
they can't understand. If you make a statement, like for example.
A generalized statement, about a group of people.
Like to say, like the average Asian girl is like 5'4", and someone says, "But I know a girl who's 5'7". Just go like, just get away from me.
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't. No. You can't have a conversation with people like that. It's
you can't
like,
understand generalization.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, Western societies built cathedrals thousands of years ago. Yeah, I think it's because Western civilization was also built on like glory back in the day, and now we're just hell bent on consumption. And this is also why capitalism is shit. This is capitalism's big flaw.
I like capitalism. I mean,
no. You like private property.
Yes, I like private property. I don't like. The thing is, like, I don't know why we've gone like capitalism is basically just the enforcement of private property. I don't know what the concept of why did we attach greed to it, because like that's not. It's got nothing to do with greed. Greed you'll find in. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, you'll find that in any other like. We found that in Soviet Russia, right? Like it was even in kind of communism, there was still greed. You had the top, like look at fucking Xi Jinping, like look at China, communist, yet they've got capitalist, economic policy, but they're
they're more fascistic than they are communist.
Yeah, but I mean, they still have like they're still greedy. Greedy, you can have greedy people in any kind of civilization. I don't think capitalism is specifically greed, right? It's just like
it's consumerism.
But isn't consumerism and like capitalism is just like, you know, like I can sell something for a profit. Like, I mean, why else would you sell something? It's just pointing out, you know what I mean? It's like, listen, like I've got this thing. Do you want to buy it? Why in the fuck would I sell something to you that I've made just for the like to sell it to you at the exact price, the cost point I've made it for? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, I mean more in the sort of cultural sense.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I get what you mean,
Yeah. Like, here's a good quote. There's a quote by Julius Evola. I quite like as Evola says a lot of base shit. And also he's anti-American. And therefore he's good people. Yeah. He says, America has created America has created a civilization that presents an exact contradiction of the ancient European tradition. It has introduced a religion of praxis and productivity. It has put the quest for profit, great industrial production, and mechanical, visible, and quantitative achievements over any other interest. It has generated a soulless greatness of purely technological and collective nature, lacking any background of transcendence, inner light, and true spirituality. America has built a society where man becomes a mere instrument of production and material productivity within a conformist social conglomerate. And that is why Americans cannot understand Europe and why Europe can understand America, because we look at it and go like, that's just like an eyesore of, it's nothing but you are an instrument of production and nothing else. There's no higher value to the American soul other than what you can crank out. Whereas if you look at Europe and its old splendors and spirits, like the old world is still there. And America does not have that. It doesn't know what it means to have kingship. It traded it for a piece of paper called the Constitution.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Peter asked you a question. Peter asked you a question. He said, I've always wondered if culture is genetic. Thoughts, Spoon? Also, what are your thoughts on taser hose?
Taser
hose.
Yeah. Europe is shit. Do you mean Europe as in the continent or Europe the people?
Right, what was it? I've always wondered if culture is genetic.
Yeah, no, I agree. Culture is genetic.
Oh.
I don't believe it can just be introduced.
Yeah, it is because it's years. It's like actually when you say genetic, it's passed down through families. There's a culture of okay. Cryptopia says pure capitalism is just evil as communism. I mean, probably, yeah.
No, I disagree.
I mean, I don't see
capitalism is not an ideology. Capitalism is a form of economics.
See, that's the thing. It's like, but we keep using capitalism as a form of ideology, and it's not. It's just like it just is what it is, right? So it's just
private
like
property. It's private property.
I mean, like I think what happens is we conflate capitalism with greed. And I think that's what a lot of people do. That's the cultural narrative that people go like, oh, well, like these capitalist greedy bastards. Like, well, like you can be greedy in any fucking ideology. Like you've got greedy leftists, you can have greedy conservatives, right? That doesn't make both of them capitalist.
Yeah, I disagree with that argument because capitalism has not killed thousands of people, whereas communism has.
Yeah, that is also true.
Communism has generated wars. Capitalism, not so much.
But I mean,
greed, but greed is not capitalism.
Yeah, but people can make the argument that, well, a lot of the wars, like the American wars, is because of capitalism. And I was going like, no.
No, that's just American empire building.
Yeah, that's just basically
and also America sucks at empire building. America is a fucking god-awful empire. It is shit.
They don't really have anything to show for it, right?
Yeah, exactly, because the American empire sucks asshole.
Not like the British back in the day.
Like the Persians or the Romans. Or even the British Empire. English had a great reputation for actually like competent states building. America, not so much.
I mean, how many American colonies can you name? None, because they don't have any.
No, there's quite a few of them, but they operate like via proxies. And like, for example, France, England, and Germany is essentially America's bitch. They take orders from Washington. And some people think some people think those people take orders from London. I mean, there's some people that still think like the British royal family still rules the Americas. I'm not quite sure if I buy that one. I don't think King Charles has that kind of stomach for that kind of shit, but yeah.
Matthew Dixon asks,
social media.
Sorry, Spoon. Matthew Dixon asks, Spoon, what state in Europe would closest represent your view of the best way forward? E.g., something like Switzerland, Romania, Hungary, Pakistan Light. Is there any like sort of European nation that you think has maybe a good political system?
Liechtenstein.
Fuck, I know nothing about Liechtenstein.
Actual monarchy.
PK goes, I have respect from learning from the past, and I have respect for people who got family first. I respect for God. I do not respect leaders who put their people in danger.
So you don't respect any leaders then?
But then I think that's every single country does that, right? I mean, like, this is the thing. Like, apply this to like what happened in COVID. Like, you know,
if I applied that, I would probably say China is probably one of the better ones.
Fuck.
You can say that it's a horrible idea, but considering what China used to look like versus what they look like now, China is infinitely better than it was under the old communist regimes.
But it still feels less. It still feels less free in China, right? I mean,
yeah, okay, but like but free from what?
From the government telling you what to do.
Okay, but maybe they like that. You look at it from your perspective, because this is what you don't want state to do.
That's actually true, because I've been thinking about this in the South African context. I'm going like, who the fuck wants the government just to steal from you? And the only argument I come up with is that, well, people just like that. They actually want it. They keep fucking voting for it. And I'm going like, why? Because
they keep voting for that because the government bribes them.
Yeah, but I mean, also, I think they just go like, I mean, you can't be that. I mean, can you? You can't be that stupid to go like, well, the government's not stealing, and they're going, well, we're happy. We're happy that the government robs us blind.
Well, I think the average IQ of South Africa, absent the Europeans, would be something like probably low to mid 70s.
I think that yeah. I mean, I think that's probably spot on.
Yeah. So I generally think it's more just stupid.
But I mean, like,
the sub-Saharan population cannot do democracy. Like, functionally speaking, it is not within their genetics.
So
it doesn't even
recommend
in Europe.
I mean, like, for like what what would be a better system for South Africa? Just like a monarchy, though. Like, would that work?
I think they would. Well, considering the Zulus have kings, yeah, I actually think they would probably do better with like tribal chieftains.
But wouldn't
the Dutch would probably? Like, I think it probably was better for the rule those people. I think for like the Afrikaners, I think we would do fine with a king or like our own.
But I mean,
democracies.
Well, I mean, like, hypothetically, this one, right? If you had a Zulu king, they would rule everybody, including the Afrikaners. Now, how would the Afrikaners like function in that kind of thing? Wouldn't it be like, okay, well, listen, just like, oh, well, fucking just wipe them out? Why wouldn't they just do that?
Yeah, there's a possibility they would possibly do that. I think though they would not, because the Zulus would be robbed of money.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah,
but would they be smart enough to make that fucking decision?
Yeah, actually, I think they would. I think a Zulu. I think I would trust the Zulus more than the current government, because the Zulu king is smart enough. Like, yeah, don't kill those people because those people actually bring in wealth and money.
Yeah, and that the Zulu king doesn't need to. I mean, you make a good argument, because the thing is, like, the Zulu king doesn't have to worry about being in power. If hypothetically it was a monarchy, and this is the good thing. This is when we chatted last time, the first time we had a chat. This is the one aspect of monarchy where you eliminate this concept of politicians saying things to you to keep them in power. A king doesn't ever have to do that, right? He never has to come out and lie about what he's going to do, because he's like, I'm the king. I'm just going to be in power fucking regardless. The only thing I need to do is not like hurt you guys too much. He's never going to come out going, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you all this free shit. He's just like, well, you know, in order to stay king. A politician needs to do that in order to stay in power.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, they need to propagandize. I mean, the king has to do that to some extent, but not to the extent that democracy does. Democracy incentivizes short-term thinking. And also politicians will do things just to stay in power, and they will do bad things, especially when the consequences of those bad things are manifested when they're out of power. This is why politicians only think in short-term stints. They loot while they're in power, and then they make out like fucking bandits when they're out of power, which is why democracy is shit, because there's only short-term thinking, whereas kings think in decades and lifetimes and families. They think generations. But I mean, yes, like what is my country going to look like in like 20 years time when I pass it down to my kin?
Yeah, because because it's like you're thinking generations. Your children will still be king. They'll still be in power. I don't want to make a fucked up society for them.
Yeah.
Fuck, you make
and also you'll meet you'll meet your ancestors in the next life, and you want to do something that does not shame them. But that's also, I think, the biggest thing that's missing in our society is that we don't have that. We don't have that mode of idea that we look.
That's
towards.
Actually it's a great delineation. That one is like like if it's speaking on the concept of shame, because like I think for the last 20 years it's been. I mean, I remember growing up, it was just like it was completely normal to shame people for doing dumb shit.
Yeah,
it was just part of society, right? You were used to, people would go like, okay, cool, you're doing a stupid thing, they'll shame you. You get fucking ridiculed at school. That your parents would, what have you done?
We still do that.
Yeah, but we but there's no. I mean, in the last, I'd say,
what do you
20
think
years,
cancel culture is?
But no, wait, hold on. No, but I mean, yes and no, because I think cancel culture is, it's not. Wait, fuck is.
You did a bad thing, and you'll be associated with this thing. It's just an aggressive form of shaming with an actual like physical consequence, but it's the same. It's the same concept.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same concept, but you're getting cancelled because you're shaming. That's the sort of different. Back in the day when you'd go, okay, cool, listen here, you can't run around, then in high school, you can't go around sleeping with every single guy, right? Like, we're going to call you the town bicycle. Now it's going on, wow, you can't call her the town bicycle. That's mean. You're going to lose your job for even uttering those words. And it's like, I mean, is it just like a moral shift of the power of
impose.
Yeah, that's basically that who gets to impose that moral shame. But also at the same time, we're listening to a bunch of absolute tard heads. The smallest amount of people are now dictating what the shaming terms are. Right?
That was always the case. It was just more accepted.
No, but I mean, like back in the day, like shaming it was basically within our society. It would be across, like your parents would teach you from a young age not to do a thing.
Yeah, there you go. It's the
all of society would be in agreement.
It's just shifted from a different power group. Like before, it was the previous generation. It was like the clergy. It was the church. It was people of authority. Yeah. It's just shifted from the clergy to the halls of academia.
I love that one. The whores of academia.
Yeah.
Dylan.
All the whores of academia. That works too. That's actually better.
The whores of academia. I love that. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's essentially what you have in. By the way, that's how you know that people don't have any free will. Like the whole rainbow hippie coalition thing, that should tell you people don't have any free will. They will just believe shit because that's what the people in power believe. Like, if you can convince people that you should cull your capacity to produce offspring because of some ideology, I have no faith in humanity to have any kind of free will. People need to be told what to think and fucking do. Because if you don't, they will believe that kind of stupid shit. That's objectively insane. Feminism, who believe in women are better than men, and you will literally advocate for men being in your spaces, that just tells me you're a retard and you don't deserve to have any capacity to think. You're an idiot. You will just regurgitate what's been told to you with no capacity to think whatsoever. Fuck off. Don't ever tell me like, oh, I deserve that free will. Like, bitch, no, you don't. You're an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, you make a fucking argument there. It's like going like, I've never thought about like going, no, maybe some people shouldn't be. But when you make an argument of like, look at society right now, where you have a small group of people advocating that's advocating for a thing that has been mass adopted, where people are like, mutilating themselves in order to not have offspring. Like, that's fucking insane beyond any comprehension. It's insane. Sorry, I just want to say, Peter Savenga, thank you, good sir. Spoon observation: the genetic gifted in IQ are being taken over by locusts. Wonder how one squares that aspect. Am I reading that correctly?
I'm sorry, how many locusts are there, and what is the firepower of the genetically gifted in IQ? Can I answer that question for me, smartass? Don't fucking come in here trying to think you're going to outwit me, fucker. Not a chance in hell. I will destroy you. Fucking tread lightly, motherfucker.
Peter's actually good. He's an actual awesome dude. Yeah. He's really, really cool.
I wonder how one squares that aspect. Fairly easily, actually. It's not exactly a gotcha.
Gifted in IQ are being taken over by...
Okay, the good people of Europe are being overtaken by locusts. Yeah, that's because the state is funneling them in. I wonder who's responsible for that.
Purposefully. But like, why would they do that though? Is it like purposefully? Why? Like, why would they?
Okay. Do you want to keep your channel monetized? Then
okay, wait. Yeah, no, maybe that's.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with a J and it ends with U.
Let's read some comments. Look at the musicians that come up during the time connected to her. Right.
Look at all the. Someone said a spoon is what happens when you watch too much Andrew Wilson videos. Dude, Andrew and I, like, well, for one thing, we're friends, so I can say some real shit to Andrew. One, and two, stop swearing so much. Fuck off. Don't tell me what to do. I will do the exact opposite just to annoy you. If you asked me politely, I would have said, okay, sure, because it was polite. However, you are not a woman with tits, and therefore you don't get to tell me what to do.
Only women with tits are allowed to do that.
I mean, they can try.
Most people can't. Yeah, most people can't escape their years of religious indoctrination. I mean, that is true. But I mean, like, I think some kind of. I mean, I think about that now. I think about the society we live in now, going like, you know, there was kind of maybe
we lack religious indoctrination.
Well, there was maybe a good thing to it. Right, there was actually there was a positive of, it was kind of it would just push a bit of order, right? Like, but again, I think it's like the pendulum swings, and it's like this whole vibe, how to find that fucking, like that that golden middle vibe where it's like sometimes it goes too far, and the other times it goes too, like, it swings. The pendulum swings both ways in the extremes too much.
Democracies have failed. The centralization. No, that's rubbish. Like, democracy does not have centralization of power. Democracy has a huge decentralization problem. That's why democracies are terrible. Democracy does not have centralization of power.
Could you elaborate a bit on that? Like,
well, because okay, if you have more people in power, there's more chance of them doing insane shit because there's more people in the government, and there's less chance of you finding out who the fuck has been doing it because there's more people in power. The fewer people that are in power pulling the levers, there's fewer heads you have to shoot because you can see who's actually doing shit.
No, that's 100% correct. Like, that's
heavy
the issue
is
we have
the
right
head
now.
who wears the crown.
Yeah, no, but that's the exact issue we have right now. Like, we can't look at the Zondo Commission, which is like we can't even with the Zondo Commission, we can't track down who did bad thing. We have no idea. We have no idea who are the people that are stealing the money. We just there's just too many of them to like we have a democracy. There's 400 people in parliament, 400 people. Who takes responsibility every time? I mean, I don't know if you know who Liam Jacobs is. Like, he's this colored kid. He was part of the DA. He was on the committee of questioning people about spending on sports. And it's like, he asks people every time he asks any minister about fucking anything, they're like, no, they don't know. Like, how much money do you spend? I don't know. Well, this person's in charge of the, there's no like, what do you call it? Responsibility of it's no one's fault. Monies have gone, they have no idea, no fucking idea.
Yeah. And also, democracies have failed because no one actually runs anything in a democracy. The people never have any power. You just vote because someone else puts a ballot in front of you. You don't actually do jack shit. Democracy is a failure of a government system. It doesn't work. It's never worked, and it never will work. It's designed to give you the freedom of illusion, and that's basically it. If you can give me anything beyond just the Spoon doesn't like this thing because he thinks it's gay, I will maybe address it. Okay. This is the thing.
Yeah.
It does not matter what the people know because the people don't enact any laws. You could have the smartest people on fucking planet Earth. They don't enact laws. They're not in government, and they don't use any force.
That is. Wait. Okay. Yeah, that's 100% correct. You've got the political class who enforce, who write laws, who put them in. The people have no say, have zero say in that. They can petition for a thing, but like again, it's like a lie. Think about the expropriation example, just using one thing that we've got this expropriation bill, and they like that went through, and like everybody's like all happy, everybody had voted for, yeah, we voted for the ANC for this, but there's no benefit to them because that law will not benefit them in any fucking way ever.
So democracy has brought the most prosperity to mankind by far. No, it hasn't. You don't have prosperity because of democracy. You have prosperity in spite of democracy. Technology brought you that. It did not fucking bring you because of democracies. I think
so
if you
saying
the greatest civilizations that was built on Earth was all built under European monarchies. Art, literature, all under monarchies.
Oh,
and also, also, here's a fun one for you. If democracies are so great, how the fucking hell did the Third Reich do so well? A lot of technological innovation came out of Germany during that period. I wonder why.
That's just a fucking good argument.
Yeah, it's almost like this. The state can actually invest really, really well. And if you have really high IQ manpower, Germans, you might be able to do some insane shit. Because guess what? The Germans are intellectually superior. Like, the superior race thing is actually fucking real. And you can look at Germany and go like, yeah, look at what the Germans have fucking done. Because right after the Second World War, it wasn't, oh my goodness, the Germans are horrible. It was like, hey, look, Soviet Union, we're going to combat you with these Nazi scientists that are totally ours, and we did not pinch them from fucking Germany at all.
No, they did, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, please stop this crap of, like, the certain genes aren't better. Like, that is objectively not fucking true, and you can see it. Why are so many chess players from, like, Russia? Why are so many strongmen from cold countries? Why are, like, Kenyans and Ethiopians dominate, like, long-distance running? Why do South Africans kick the shit out of everyone in rugby? Why do the Samoans look so fucking big?
Are they big?
Why are why are, like, Japanese people so fucking smart?
Because because it's basically there are different genetic traits.
Yes.
But the problem is just the fact that you recognize it. But this is the problem that sometimes the fact that we just that we can go, okay, cool. Thing is, it doesn't delineate to, okay, cool, well, eradicate people due to that. It's like no one's fucking saying that. And I think that's sometimes where people just go. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, this, these people aren't good at a specific thing. They're good at other thing. No one wants to, like, but I mean, still, like, when it comes to Germany, it's like the whole vibe with, maybe probably not get into that. That'd be too hectic.
That's a great aesthetics.
We should have monarchy.
No. Actually, I think the people who think that monarchy had nothing to do with it, I think you should really, really read old literature, because I don't think you understand the mindset of monarchies at all, and it's not something that the average person can understand. I know that sounds really arrogant, but I don't care.
South Africa's one of the best facilities and accommodations to teach children rugby from a young age. That's actually true. But that would be technology. But that would be a cultural. I mean, that's like rugby is like a thing in not forced upon people, but that's a cultural vibe. That's family. That's like heritage. That's like it's part of your culture. Rugby.
Yeah, and it is also it's something that is actually like impressive to South Africans. Like to wear the Springbok jersey is like a high honor. I wouldn't say like status symbol, but it's something that's looked on with like great pride in our nation.
But also but the thing was, it was enforced. I remember I was at an Afrikaans school. Rugby was a major thing, but I was like, I wanted to play football, like soccer, right? And we wanted to start like a soccer club, like, at school. And they were like the school board, like with the school, the headmaster and everybody said, no, you fucking can't do that one, because we don't want any of the rugby kids joining your thing, like deciding to play soccer instead. And we were like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, like, no, like rugby's the main vibe and they'll enforce, you guys can't start soccer, fuck off. That was their thing.
Based power flexing.
Kiana goes, the US has achieved more than any monarchies by far. I mean,
yeah, right, Nick. No, I think Rome would like to have a word.
Okay, I mean, Like when it, what
but does anyone think the American empire is impressive? No. What has America done that's so impressive? Oh my God, it's built skyscrapers and fat fucks. Great.
I just get Keanu on, and you
America as impressive.
I mean, I think maybe the idea of America being oppressive is the fact that like you have a land of like milk and honey, like your job opportunity, shit like that. The fact that you've got people that can get fat there, that poor people are fat in America. Like I think that's like going, wow, as a society you've made it. I mean, didn't Rome get to that same point where it was like you had like the thing was Rome had like the yeah, but I mean, from a point of view of going like, okay, cool. Like, how do you measure whether some country is made it? It's like when you've got fat people.
Mass. England is an infinitely more impressive empire. The sun never sets on the British Empire because it owned most of the fucking world. England will always be the vastly superior empire, and the Yanks can fuck off. Long live England. Britannia rules the fucking waves. I will always champion the English over the Americans all damn day long. Fuck the Yanks and your shitty empire, you fat bunch of bastards. All hail the British Empire.
Lord, fucking hilarious.
That's just like you can look at the stuff that the English built, and that's impressive, and what they've given the world. British pound is still historically. Yes, and everywhere they went, they built things that actually improve civilization. Everywhere the Americans go, you build a fucking McDonald's. Oh, big fucking whoop.
But I mean, let's look at England now as a society. It's like it's going down the shitter, isn't it? Like I mean, like it's become fucking authoritarian. It's just like tragic. It's like because I mean, but that's as that again. You would make that argument that's due to democracy and not the monarchy. Had the monarchy ruled or monarchy with like a smaller, I mean, because the government's just got bigger, right?
I just think it's due to immigration and a grotesque amount of incompetence. Also, I was thinking the main thing they also did wrong is they put women in power. I am full patriarchy. I don't think women should have any say in government ever. Like seriously, like only men should ever be in power. Women have no business being in politics ever, with the exception of queens because they're born into royalty. But the rest of them, no. Absolutely not. Women should never be in power, only men. And the reason I say that is because there was a Greek playwright, Aristophanes. He wrote a play called, I think it's called Women Assembly. And it's a satirical play about what happens if you give women complete control of government. And it's basically like modern day. Like to a fucking T, to the point where it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's like someone just looked at this and went like, hey, we should do this. It's like eerily creepy how a satirical play of like 2,000 years ago mimics modern society. Like you read that shit and you look at modern society and you go like, no, women have a nature that even the Greeks could take the piss out of like over 2 fucking millennia ago. It's like, you just look at that and go, no, if a Greek playwright from several centuries ago can mimic women's behavior today, it's clear it's not a cultural thing. It is a biological thing, and women are not fit to wield power, ever. It's not in their nature. They are egalitarian to a fault. Yeah. They don't deal with reality. Like women want to make everything comfy, and men want to like conquer and destroy and build, because that's what we're wired to do. Women are not wired to deal with the realities of men. Because they don't. Men deal with the realities of men because they understand them, because they're testosterone fueled and they understand the realities of nature. Women don't understand men because they barely understand themselves. And that's just how they're wired.
What is it saying here? Keanu goes, I've met a lot of, I mean, I think it's an anecdotal argument, but there are many ladies I would trust with my life above the stupid people I've met. True, but I just think like when obviously you mean this in a case of like sort of like being in power, making it.
Or you're gay.
Wait, what did Reese say? Whoever thought of our right to work and go fuck themselves? Reese is like, listen, this patriarchy shit is awesome. I can stay home, chill the fuck out, and then I have to work. Like, no,
I've heard women the idea of if you just look at like the old way of just like you stupid women, like the women who champion women's rights, like we now have to pay attention to politics. We have to work for somebody else. We have to get our own fucking salary so you can't create a family. Like, you stupid bitches forced me to do all this shit when all the other times I could have just married a guy, fucking keep the house clean, and I could do nothing else. That's all I had to do. And now I have to do all of this other shit. You fucking jackass feminists ruin it for the rest of us. Shut up. Why did you think this was a good thing? I don't want independence. I want to be dependent on a guy. I want someone to do shit for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know plenty of women who think like that. Yeah, see, there you go. Exactly. Reese and I will get along. It's true.
Oh, wait, so Robert Zeta goes, Plato argues in the Republic the best government would be led by a minority of the most highly qualified persons.
Yeah. Yeah, aristocracy. But most qualified is
that's difficult to. Yeah, because how do you? I mean, like that's the problem with sort of with democracy, because it's like the problem is with democracy is like, this is the flaw after like thinking about it for years, going like, democracy is reliant on almost like popularity, right? Because the problem is, and South Africa is a good case example of that, where you're going like, all a politician needs to do is promise X thing. And you mentioned this. Remember you telling me this line about like, if people could choose, they would choose between, which would they choose? Educated. What is it?
Educated population, voting? Moral politicians.
And most of the people said a moral politician, which is insane. Yeah. That's absolutely insane. I would prefer.
I would prefer. Politicians,
as opposed to a educated. Wait, no, wouldn't it be better to have an educated populace?
Why? What good is smart people if the country is corrupt as holy shit?
Oh, fuck, that's also right. Damn it! I thought it was the other way around.
No.
Cheers, George. Thanks so much for hanging out, homie.
Can still do things.
Oh, yes, you're right. Fuck, sorry. My dyslexia mixed it up again.
And also, by the way, Ayn Rand would have been Ayn Rand would have made a horrible president. And Ayn Rand also just said that women shouldn't be in power. She said that
I remember
a woman in charge of the armed forces is unspeakable.
I think one of the first things I got into as like, politically was Ayn Rand. And then obviously like I've developed it a bit further.
Very American,
there's some flaws, some flaws there, but I mean, still cool. Democratic Republic is better.
That's still democracy.
But the problem is still the thing is like, as long as you can violate the thing is, the reason we say a democratic republic is better is because it's functioned on a constitution. But the fuck up is that constitution can still always be changed. Case in point, South Africa.
And
it's like, okay, cool.
It's not enforced by anything.
Yeah, also like all these things of like the fact that like a constitution stops you from discrimination, all that. I mean, that's horseshit. Like there's completely like this. They discriminate discriminate on like people all the time. Like the whole vibe of like they can't take private property. They're fucking taking private property. No, it's hectic.
Right. Hold on. Watch because I'm going to feature this clip in a video. I'm going to do a long video about why democracy is shit soon.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I actually have all of my stuff now. Yeah, like normally my videos are about like 5 pages long. It's maybe like 2,500, 3,000 words.
Good Lord.
Roughly speaking. Yeah, it's not as much. It's going to be like a 10, 12-minute video. This one is not yet done. This one has 23 pages.
Good Lord.
And this one is over 7,200 words.
Whistler.
What are you laughing at, Sean? What did Whistler say? Reese, permission to speak now. Shame. This is Reese is just going on about like, yeah, she wants men in charge, and she's like, she's got like a foot on his fucking neck. Let us speak.
Let me ask you people, those of you who are bashing monarchy right now, like the ignorant plebs that you are, how many of you have read a single book about what the fuck you're talking about? Be honest. Even one. Can you even name any book? Have you read any political theory? Do you know who Carl Schmitt is? Because if the answer is no, fuck off. Your opinion is irrelevant.
But this is the thing. This is why I like actually. This is the time when I met you the first time. I was going like, wait, there's a dude who believes in monarchy, and I was going, oh fuck, this is absolutely retarded. Then when I asked her having the conversation with you, I'm going like, you made some really absolutely amazing facts. You point certain realities. It's like the, and I kind of call them the sort of Andrew Wilson force doctrine. What is? And you're going like, wait, fuck. Once you look at that, you kind of have to readjust your I would probably call it a belief in like the thing that you think is good. Because why is democracy good? It's going like, oh well, just because I've been told that my entire life democracy is better. I'm going like, isn't there a better system? Like maybe it's. I mean, fuck yeah. Like I just don't know how. Like I think probably people go like, how would you go back into a monarchy? I mean, like how would a monarchy work for South Africa? People going, fuck, that's probably not the best thing. But like if you had to rate the different kinds of governments, yeah, probably the monarchy does make it. There's a lot of points of it being a good one, but like you wouldn't be able to go back to that now, would you?
You know what's the best thing about monarchy? You don't have to talk about politics. That's
you don't
probably
have to
the
worry
best
about it.
selling point for monarchy is like you don't do anything. Monarchy is honest. Just because you read a bunch of books doesn't mean shit if your beliefs don't line up with the reality. That's an excellent point. Now, can you explain to me how democracy is real, motherfucker? I'd be more than happy to debate you about your democratic beliefs if you think I'm full of shit. Also, my beliefs are not based on some kind of abstract ideas. They're based on reality. You can look at history and how power operates. Like, democracy is not fucking real, and I can guarantee you, I will bet my life you can't refute anything I say, which is why your only fucking thing is democracy is, or like monarchy is stupid. Because damn well not a single one of you fucks have said anything that I've said is wrong. Have you noticed that? I wonder why that is. You're too busy taking cheap shots at me. Read a book.
I think they're just disagreeing with you. No, but the thing is, like the first time I heard you as well.
By the way, if I just spoke normally, like in a calm tone like this, it wouldn't be nearly as funny.
It wouldn't. This is the fun part. Yeah, I mean, I completely.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's again. But I mean, like that's the thing. It's like a lot of the stuff you mentioned the first time I was going like, fuck, and the entire conversation was going, wait, that makes fucking sense. Fuck you, Spoon. Damn it. And then when you go and think about these things without having like going like, oh fuck, this is stupid. It's like you just got to go like, wait, like what are the benefits of the two things? Like just because I believe one is better, I'm going like, and now like you initially you made me like I need to go read a bit more.
What do you get out of democracy other than you can vote? Do you get competent rulers? No. Do your rulers, is there any incentive for your rulers to behave well? No. What's the worst thing that happens to them? Oh, they get voted out of office. That's like someone stopping you from stealing, but you get to keep all your loot that you stole.
But you don't even have the power to vote them out, because if there's a bigger what do you call it, like a voting block that they appeal to, you'll never be able to vote them out. That's why within the context of South Africa, I'm going, there's no way we can vote ourselves out of the shit show. I mean, up until this last election, I was going like, oh, yeah, there's no way. And then I was going, oh, okay, wait, yeah, the ANC got 40%. But all that happened was their voting block shifted to a more radical party. And I'm going like, I don't think there's a fucking way we can vote ourselves out of this horseshit. Vloeken Afrikaans, werk beter.
Yeah.
Oh. Ja, dat is een fok op. I mean, listen, I prefer capitalism. I honestly do.
You can have capitalism in a monarchy.
No, of course. I think you can. I mean, wait, here's Robert Zeta ask, what is it? I think you mentioned this last time. What's a good starting book? Like if you had to recommend one starting book for this, what would you go? Like, for like just the difference between monarchy and maybe a republic, or like what is like a good understanding to functionally understand each of those sort of different ones. What book would you recommend for someone to just have a fundamental understanding of?
Democracy, the God That Failed by Hans Hermann Hoppe.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you're right there. That one. What he just said.
Yes. I have a whole book list there if you want. Like, I have a massive long fuck-off book list if you want to read. Ik gebruik Fox as a comma. She sounds like my kind of woman.
And her husband, ik pomp in Afrikaans. The only way to do it, baby. Only way to do it.
There we go. No, like I know this is like sort of me ranting and roaring, but
no, but it's fun. This is why we like having you here, because you can rant and rave, and it's like I mean, people are allowed to come here and go disagree with you. But again, it's like the thing is, in the beginning, I did the exact same, and then when you go and think about these things, just take new information and go, okay, wait, like why is it that I hold on to the concept of it is there? I hear you, but at the same time, you make like it's new information. You've got to rethink a position you have, and a lot of people, like in the beginning, I remember like the first time that happened, you're sort of repel it and going, fuck, I don't want to do that. But then now I love it. This is why the first time I spoke to Spoon was fucking, I enjoyed it, because it's going, you're challenging a belief system I had.
What was the sense of monarchies to rule fairly? Define fairness for me. And secondly, how many dynasties do they have? Their dynasties rule for centuries. Our politicians can't even rule for 4 freaking years. What do you actually want the government to be able to do?
Kiana, you need to start your thing, and you need to get Spoon on and like just have a full-on conversation with him, dude. It's really fun, honestly.
Because okay, so if you want to books that will just get you into the basics of politics, I would say Politics by Aristotle. Take notes, by the way, if you want notes on some of these things. Politics by Aristotle is required reading for just the basic foundations
I've never fucking read
politics. That. Yeah. As far as political theory goes, Carl Schmitt, Political Theology. 4 chapters on the concept of sovereignty. Like, he was part of the fascist regime in Germany, but still Carl Schmitt is like fucking really up there. Trying to think. Bertrand de Jouvenel on power. French writers in this are really good, by the way. James Burnham, The Machiavellians, how power actually works in any society. That would be another one. If you want to go old monarchy, like human nature, Thomas Hobbes, Leviathan. He's probably the most influential monarchist that's ever written on the subject of monarchy. My personal guru that got me into monarchy is an Austrian nobleman by the name of Erich Ritter von Courland-Ledeen. He was an incredibly intelligent man. I think he could speak something like 9 languages.
Jesus.
Yeah, incredibly intelligent man. He wrote a book called Liberty or Equality, The Challenge of Our Time. Because liberty and equality are actually antithetical to each other. A society that is free is not equal, and a society that is equal is not free. Because equality is not something you find in nature, whereas liberty is the absence of force.
You don't, yeah.
Yes, things can only be made equal through force. Force is not liberty. Force is the absence of liberty.
See, like Keanu, like that. I'm going like, damn it. Damn it. Fuck you, Spoon, with your rational logic and reason. No, but it's true. But like, listen, the first time I started questioning the entire concept, like, I think when I remember Andrew Wilson making a point about this, going like, when he spoke to someone about the patriarchy, and he makes this argument. Listen, the entire biblical framework is a patriarchal system. It's basically a monarchy, right? So it's like, okay, cool. You believe in this system of like the biblical terms, like this is how the structure that works the best is a monarchical structure, a patriarchal monarchical structure. And like you've got Christians who go like, no, we prefer democracy. And I'm going like, yeah, but that doesn't kind of line up with what you like. You know what I'm saying? Like there's sort of like a got to ask yourself a question between those two. And we're going, but wait,
I want to know why the left wins all the time.
Why?
Because the left actually understands reality, whereas the right live in a fairy tale.
Wait,
that sounds a bit antithetical to reality, but I'll explain. The left understands power, and the right does not.
Oh, okay.
Take, for example, the right actually thinks democracy is real. The left does not act like it's real. The left acts like they care about power. You will notice none of what the left believes in makes any kind of sense, but once they get into power, they enact those policies because they actually understand human beings as a generally speaking, as a mass, are just iron filings, and you can pull them to believe insane kind of shit. Take a look at the shit the left believes. None of it is in any way inducive to reality. All of it is completely fucking insane. Like a leftist is a dysgenic monkey who will believe in all kinds of insane, unreasonable shit because they realize that people will just believe things for social status. It doesn't matter if it's insane, as long as other people around them, or especially what they consider elite people, believe in that crap.
Believe that.
Right? The right does not believe in that. The right thinks, you should listen to free speech and have equality and all this kind of shit. Like the left does not believe. The left says that's what they believe in, but that's not what they believe in. The right acts like what the left claims to be believing, and the left just ignores that entirely and just goes like, we're just going to get in power and enforce our will. And that works because that's how human beings are actually supposed to run. Human beings do not have free will. They need to be told what to think and do. And you can see this throughout society. If you give people free will, they just do dumb shit. They get high and get fat and just generally decay. Like without a reason to be disciplined, they degenerate and die. That's one thing Jordan Peterson he was correct about.
They all eat cake.
Yes. That's a line from Solzhenitsyn in Notes from Underground. Yeah, he said that if you give human beings, if you give them basically just resources and no conflict or any kind of struggle, they will just eat cake and continue the species, and they will smash the entire system to bits because they will just be bored. They need to have a goal, or else this is why the UBI will never work, because if you give people just comfort, they will just
But I mean, that's a good example. Like UBI, I mean, like think about the concept of that, because I mean, we basically almost have that. Not like to the extent that the leftists want to take it, but like I mean, think about South Africa. We've got 28 million on social welfare. It's like that's basically a form of UBI. We're just paying people. We've incentivized them to stay the fuck at home and do nothing. And like our society is deteriorating. And then you've got a criminal class who's not being fucking punished, who's not being chased down, stopped, and society's fucking out. Like it's crumbling. It's broken.
Really, you need to get rid of the prison population through like that's the best way to. Yeah, essentially that.
Okay.
Using my words carefully here. Like French Revo, the entire population, prison population. I mean, but I mean, yeah.
No, but I mean, that's how I say. I made this argument like a while back. I'm going just put a big fucking guillotine up. Like it's going to stop. You need something, because I think the problem is in South Africa, you just people they don't give a shit. They don't care. There's no consequence to doing anything bad. Nothing. And we basically incentivize somebody for now imagine this. Imagine you being like super poor. You're living in the settlement. You're living in a fucking shack. You don't know where your 3 meals are coming from. You may be getting one a day. If you go commit murder, you're going to a place where you're getting 3 square meals a day, a place to sleep. It's not fucking wet. It doesn't flood when it rains. You've got no issues. And, they just provide everything to you for free all day long. You can hang out. And it's not like American jail. It's like, bro, we watch TV. Sunday nights, they've got whole, we got not safe for work shit. Like that sounds like a fucking hotel compared to living in abstract poverty. I mean, that's like oh, that's a step up. Like, and you know, so people don't give a fuck about like doing the worst shit in the world because there is no consequence to those actions.
It's quite interesting to say that because Ledeen has a quote about that. He says, "Who is secure in all of his basic needs? Who has work, spiritual care, medical care, housing, food, occasional entertainment, free clothing, free burial, free everything?" The answer might be nuns and monks, but the standard reply is prisoners.
Shit. Fuck off.
He has some really, really good quotes that I actually like.
Wow.
Yeah, he says, like, people are rarely diabolic or bent enthusiastically towards evil. As a rule, they are only weak. They cannot resist temptation and thus give way to their evil drives. And that's essentially what you have with our current political class. They're not really evil. They're just really, really weak people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prisoners study to earn degrees even. Yeah, no, that's like, it's insane. It's insane what people in prison.
I remember listening to a guy who taught in prisons, and he said prisoners are far better to teach than students in a college. He says because in a university, you are basically forced to sort of learn what the university is supposed to teach you. Like it's very indoctrinating, whereas the prisoners, you can actually teach them what you want. It's a lot more liberating in a prison, ironically, which makes no fucking sense, which is also quite terrifying. He said that the prisoners are a lot better to teach.
Heck,
they're actually more interested than the students. Yeah, which is I can understand that from his perspective. Oh, here's my favorite quote by Ledeen. Europe's rise is written in terms of Christianity and monarchy. Europe's decay in terms of republicanism, progressivism, and godlessness. How does Europe look without monarchies? Oh, yeah, you have the EU. Massive centralization. How's that going for you? Look at the state of Europe right now. Are there any monarchies? No. Is there a massive problem with mass immigration when there was European monarchies? No. You had wars, but at least they were your fucking wars. How's it now?
Fuck. See, this is the problem. You make these good points, and I'm like, damn it. Got to go rethink the thing I believed in.
King would never release his fucking people because he would be killed within a matter of hours.
We can't kill the politicians. There's too many of them. We don't even know who's responsible for it. And this is the thing where, like I said to you last time, it's like you make a good argument for monarchy. We're going like, oh, cool. The king fucks up. What do? Off with his head. The politicians, like we can't even do shit. We had a 4-year. How many billions did we spend on the Zondo Commission? Nothing. Nothing came of it. No one's gone to jail. Nothing's happened. They're just going, ha ha ha. They just laugh at it. It's just like we can't do shit. So yeah, I can see the argument. I can see an argument for a monarchy, and it's looking a tiny bit better than the shit we've got now. Are there any counter arguments, Spoon? What?
Towards what?
I don't know. I don't know if what did you
the counter arguments to which ones? I can steelman democracy, but it doesn't work. That's a problem.
Ah, okay.
Ooh, I like this one as well. The shock which the Nazi horrors produced was so great because they came after 200 years of Russovian propaganda about the goodness of human nature, and also because the Germans were literate, clean, technologically progressive, hardworking, modern, sober, orderly, and so forth. Yet about human nature, we get more concrete and more pertinent information from the Bible than from statistics dealing with secondary education, the frequency of bathtubs, or the mileage of superhighways.
Oh.
Which is true.
Oh, that's what. Sorry, you're right. What Peter was saying was going like, are there any counter arguments towards monarchy? Basically, like you said, steelmanning democracy, but we need a
the bad thing about monarchies is it tends to be that what do you do if you have a bad king? That tends to be the first thing that people say, but
we can just kill him. I mean, sorry, we can end his life.
The thing it is when it comes to monarchy, anyone who says that kind of shit, my first reply is, what the fuck do you do now?
Yeah, we're not doing anything.
You don't do anything now. Yeah, exactly. So what the fucking hell are you worried about with a bad king? Like, you don't do shit nowadays. And also, the person that you get to replace the person that you don't like now, the exact same class of people that propped up the fucker you voted for now that you don't like is going to prop up the next fucking person. You don't do shit. You don't do shit democracy. You won't do shit the monarchy fucking either. So stop this crap of the like, oh, my opinion matters. You don't do fucking shit, you pleb.
Who is your king? I don't. My wife. No. I'm my wife's king, but she's my queen. I would the only king I have is probably.
I am your king.
You fucking suck my balls. You're my king.
I'm your king. Bow before me.
I would hate to be king. My good God, the amount of responsibility.
No, fuck. I would not be able to. I mean, I think that's fucking. I mean, dude, you've played strategy games? Being a king is not fucking awesome, right?
No, a lot of responsibility, and like everyone's eyeballs are on you.
Yeah, no, it's a shit show.
Being responsible for literally millions of people, like my God,
no.
You have to have like a special kind of character for that kind of shit. I don't think people.
No,
understand.
100%, dude.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. That's why I'm like. That's why initially the first time we had the conversation where you go like, listen,
Monarchy is not
like,
a Disney movie.
No, of course, but it's like, but I think what you said last time we were having this conversation, because I thought about it in the sense where you meant like, you made the argument that, listen, a king, it is almost like it's generationally built into them, right? Because you've got king upon king upon king. It's like, it's a line, it's a bloodline of, and I was thinking about that going like, okay, cool. And like, I was going, okay, but like, I compare that to look at, for example, farmers. Why are farmers good farmers? Because they've literally grown, they're born into this, and into this like,
it's in their blood.
Career. It's in their blood. It's like my great grandfather was a farmer. I'm a farmer. It just goes down the bloodline. It's like they know how to do it. Now, obviously, the same thing with kings. I mean, go watch like fucking Dune, and you go like, that part where he goes like, okay, we pass this down. This is what you have to do. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So part of it makes sense, and I completely get Kiana's point where you're going like, cool. Well, listen. This is the thing we know, and like how would it work today? I was like, it probably wouldn't. Like a place like South Africa would be a bit of a fuck up if you had like a Zulu king and he was like a fucking crazy person going like, oh no, what we should do is just annex the people we don't like, just which would be a shit show.
Keanu, explain to me how that's not every government ever. No, seriously, I'm not being sarcastic.
Any kings on my playlist are BB King and A King.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to knock BB King.
Nah, BB King's the shit. You know A King?
BB King. I don't know that. No.
Ah, you're South African. We need to update. We need to give Spoon a big update on South African music. First off, you got to go listen to Fok of Polisie. Afrikaans. You have to.
Do you listen to Seether?
Bro, Seether's from South here. I remember going to one of their last shows before they left for America. And then they used to be called Sarin Gas. And they became Seether because they had to change their name because their management team said, listen, Sarin Gas isn't going to go down nicely with America. So they changed it to Seether.
Yeah.
So Seether, yes. Great band. A King, bro. If you go listen to some of A King stuff, it's absolutely fucking great music. I think it was one or two of the dudes from Fokhof. Actually, one guy from Fokhof is in A King. Do I have that right? Am I just fucking this up now? But Fokhof Polisie, great fucking band, like proper South African, great O's, great fucking band. A King also, dude, you go give it a listen. If you dig a bit of Seether, yeah, it's sort of the development from that stuff. Actually, yeah, we'll give you some fucking. You can list some good South African bands for Spoon to listen to, seeing that he's back now in the country. I'm not great. I've never been a big Prime Circle fan, but what's the other band? Fuck, what's the band that sings that Lonely, Lonely Sunday Morning? Fuck, I can't think of the name now. I'm going to think of some bands and I have to come back to you. Whatever happened to Querbus? Springbok Noodles. You know Springbok Noodles?
I do not.
What the fuck? No. Oh my God, you're joking. Do you not know Springbok Noodles?
No.
Oh my God. You can't call yourself South African if... Sorry,
I have spent most of my life in Europe. You do understand that, yes?
Yeah, no, totally. But now we're gonna have to give you a nude. Like, dude, go listen to what's the best song from the Noodles? Fuck. Best song from the Nude Girls. The one from the. Come on, chat. Give us the best song from the Nude Girls. Blue Eyes is a great one. Yeah, just go listen to some Springbok Nude Girls. I think their second or third album. The first album is what I grew up with as a kid. Yeah, Bubblegum in My Boots, absolute fucking treffer. And then some of them. Oh, there we go. Matthew Dixon, The Narrow. So that great South Africa. If you dig like, if you dig Sarin Gas, if you dig like Seether, and you like a bit of Soundgarden, you're going to dig The Narrow. It's a little bit more heavy. Fucking great band. Who else is fucking good? Ladysmith Blackman. I mean, that's just always good. Just Ginger. That's a bit more. Just Ginger's a bit more sort of folky, but still pretty cool South African band. Obviously, you have to listen to Hog Hoggidy Hog if you're into a bit of punk rock. Penny Lane. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, fucking Jeannie from Springbok Noodles, bro. Go. I'll send you some like fuck off, and I'll send you some Nude Girls, some cool songs to listen to. We're gonna update that Afrikaner in you. Get that blood flowing again. Oh, bro, yeah, old school stuff. Like, what's the European band that's basically the same as Battery Nege? There's a South African band that's called Battery Nege. It's basically like Rammstein, but in Afrikaans.
Okay.
And they were, I think they were Battery Nege. They were there long before, I think like a few years before Rammstein started. It's a South African band, but they were like very industrial. Fucking dude had a chainsaw. Pretty awesome shit, dude. My favorite band was Sean Jacobs' band. What the fuck is the Sean Jacobs' band? You're taking the piss again.
The local band.
Matthew. No, he's taking Matthew's he just usually takes the piss with everything. Johannes Kerkorrel. I mean, I remember growing up with Koos Kombuis. I mean, that was like still like proper old school fucking good music, yeah. Wait, but listen, it's getting late. I'm gonna have to go, you guys. Oh yes, sorry. Before I go, the Jimmels Fantastisch, dude. We're gonna make you a list of music. While you work, it's like we need to make Spoon a Kif workout mix of South African treffers.
My workout mix is Black Label Society.
Okay, that's fucking good too.
There you go. Suicide Messiah or Black Sunday. I defy you to not deadlift if you listen to that song. Like, just the opening 30 seconds is enough to make you wide the fuck awake. You listen to the first 30 seconds, like, I want to go and smash a hood of a car. I want to go and just flip cars like Hulk smash. Just, I can crack my door open with my forehead if I just run hard enough. That's the kind of shit. Or stoned and drunk. Too.
Okay, well, chat, thank you so much. Spoon, thank you for joining. It's always fucking awesome to speak to you. Everybody in the chat, thanks so much for watching.
I don't
Peter,
always
everybody, yeah. Spoon's always here. And Keanu, start your thing and have a chat with Spoon. Chat to him about monarchy and democracy, dude. It's really fun. It was super fun. Oh yes, you have to watch the
Be polite.
Of course, Spoon's always polite. He's just like, it makes for fun when he does stuff, breaks stuff. Yes. Yeah. Okay, chat. Thank you so much. Darth Sean, thank you. You were very quiet. Spoon, thank you. And as always, you guys know where to find Spoon. The aristocratic utensil on the YouTubing. Go watch his stuff. Really good. And give him a follow. He makes great fucking arguments. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that he said. And I was going like, fuck, man. Damn it. It's like that guy that does he sees the new tips on tools. And then he's like, what? You can do this thing. And then he goes and he tries it. It's like, oh, fuck's sake. Why does this work? It's basically like that. But yeah. Spoon, thank you so much. Any last words?
No, I think I'm good. No,
wait. What's your line? I regret nothing.
I apologize for nothing.
There we go. Fucking
that's actually from Futurama.
I know, but it's really cool when you say it too.
Yeah. I just when he just says like,
Futurama now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just like, we need to be shut off because we're killing the world, destroying the turtles. Like, we need to be shut off, especially you, hedonism. Bob's like, I apologize for nothing.
And on that note, thank you very much, everybody. You guys are all awesome. And we'll see you guys on Thursday. Not sure what we're talking about. Hopefully we've got a guest. But yeah, awesome. See you guys Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Cheers.